Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful bracelet with these little blue flowers and a ring. To make this bracelet we'll need 27 blue rubber bands, 27 light blue rubber bands, 27 white ones and 88 brown ones. We'll also need a hook, 2 clips and a loom. First we're gonna make these little flowers. I take a bar of my loom and I'm gonna use these 6 pins. So I take a brown rubber band and I put it this way on all the 6 of them. Now here's what I have to do. So I take the rubber band and I put it around all of the side pins. Same goes for this side, of course. And of course for the middle, so the rubber band is wrapped around the 6 pins. So it's done, and there has to be a kind of rectangle in the middle. Now we're gonna take a blue rubber band and we fix it this way, diagonally. We take another one and finally a third one. We do the same thing using the white bands, we just put them over the blue ones. So diagonally, the other one also diagonally, and the third one over all of them, over the middle. Finally, we repeat the process using the light blue ones. We take a brown one and we put it that way over the other ones, over the 6 of them. Using the hook, we take the brown band which is underneath, and so I must manage to take it, and we're going to put it over the 6 pins, pin after pin, of course. Now we're going to take these brown bands and put them over the pins which are in front of them, on the other row. And finally the third one. Now we get all of the brown bands on the hook, all of them. Now that we have them all, so we fix them well on it, and we need to take yet another brown band which we fix on that pin and also on the hook. So we must be really gentle here. We put all of the brown bands on the last one. And we must do it very carefully, band after band. I pull it a little, and so we can see all of the brown bands in the middle on that one. So I put down my hook, and now I need to take the flower off. So we're going to take it off symmetrically, like we take it off 2 petals at a time. We take the petals that are facing each other and we gently pull them off the hooks, and we're gonna end by the middle. And now the flower is finished. So we're going to need 9 of them for the bracelet, so I already made 8 more earlier, and now I'm going to show you how to actually make the bracelet. So we need to take the middle row out of the loom, and we need to put it a bit sideways so that one pin will stand out on the other side. And so we add the 3rd row, and here you've got the middle pin standing out. We get 3 rows facing in the same direction, and as I said earlier, the middle one must be standing out. And we start putting on our bands on that side. So now we take a brown band and we start that way. So we put 3 bands on each side, so we make half a hexagon, and we repeat the process on the other half of it, because mainly the bracelet is based on hexagons. So we put the other one symmetrically. So I finished the first one, and we continue making hexagons that way, 3 bands on each side, and yeah. So in total we get the 6 hexagons. So we're going to add our flowers. We add 1 flower per hexagon and we put them diagonally that way. Well, we turn the loom around so we can begin chaining the bands and actually making the bracelet. So we begin on that 1 pin. We take a band and we twist it so we make a sort of little ring, and we put it over the pin at the end. So we take the hook, we put it inside, and we get the band which is on the side, which is underneath the one resembling a ring. We put it on that 1 pin, and if we look well, we can notice a sort of teardrop shape perhaps. Well, anyway, we can see it's kind of crossed. And we take the other one and put it symmetrically on the other side. So we continue chaining the bracelet. side by side. So to know if you have the right band, you must look if it makes a sort of teardrop shape after you chain it. If you've got the shape, it means you picked the right one. So now that I've finished the first hexagon, we're going to carry on with the other ones and in exactly the same way, side after side. And be really careful to take the band which is underneath the two other ones. So we push the flowers a bit if they bother us, because they maybe take quite some space. So now we've finished the bracelet with the 6 hexagons. We're going to put our hook inside that one. So we take the sort of ring, we keep all the bands on the hook, and we take the bracelet off the loom. So be careful while doing this, you don't want the bands to snap. So here we've got the result. And as you can see, it's a bit small, so we're going to make 2 more hexagons for a larger bracelet, because 6 isn't enough. So once again, we begin on that side of the loom with the pin facing inwards, sorry. So we put 3 bands on each side, like earlier, that way. But this time we're going to be making only 2 hexagons. So now that we've made them, well, I put a flower on each one as before. So we must link them to the bracelet, and so we take the bracelet with the flowers facing upwards, like in the 2 hexagons. So we must put all 4 bands on the pin at the end of the 2 hexagons, so be really careful here again, because you don't want them to snap or one of them to go loose. So we must pull on the bracelet a bit so we can see all the bands clearly, and we put them on the side pins to make a link. So once again, we take the ones that are underneath, and side by side we put them on the pins on the sides. So same as before, I just continue linking them side after side so I can end the bracelet. So now I have to put my hook inside the band at the end, So I take another one, and as I put my hook through this one, I get that rubber band with it, and I put the hook through it once more so I can end my bracelet, and I put the clip on it. So now I take the finished bracelet off the hook and I clip it. And here we have a really nice blue bracelet. Well, now we're going to make the ring. And once again we begin on that side of the loom. We put 2 bands on in the middle row, that way. Then we make a hexagon starting on that pin. So as we did earlier, you make the left side first and then the right one. This is really important, so your bands don't get mixed up. So we just put 2 more bands at the end of it, that way. And finally I add the flower as usual in the middle of the hexagon, so you had 9 flowers and this is the last one. Now we turn the loom and we begin chaining the bracelet. So we take the last brown band, we twist it, we make a sort of ring with it, and we put it on the pin at the end as usual. So you put the hook through it once more, you take the band which is underneath, and you just chain your ring, putting it on the pin, on the next pin. So we always take the lower band. We chain side after side as usual. Now we take the clip, we fix it at the end, and we'll be able to take the ring off and clip it, and it will be ready. So now carefully you take the ring off the loom, you clip it. And here you have your finished ring and your finished bracelet. Well done. Subscribe to our channel. Most of our videos are in French, but we can make more of them in English if you wanna, and there are loads of rainbow loom bracelets here. Also, English isn't my first language, I'm sorry.